Anyways, how does it go? Da-na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na. You're my soda pop, my little soda pop. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah. Anyways, inty ways. What do you mean? Your homework. It's not an excuse, though. Not an excuse. Think you failed today. Think you need one of these. Or is it this way? Whatever. I think it's this way because it's reporting for duty. Welcome, everyone. Did everyone do their homework or no? Okay, I gave us 2 days. 2 days to do the homework. Did we do the homework? Anyone? Anyone? PhD. Let me see the answer key. You have it's open book. It's open book. You can use your notes. It's all right there. Okay? Quite literally, you just have to go in and pick something. Hey, hi. Hello, hello. Yeah, anyways, it is homework day. So if you remember the homework, feel free to let me know what you came up with. If you don't know what the homework was, then I don't know what to tell you. Maybe we'll do extra credit or something. Quizlet. Yeah, true. Can you imagine? I'm not saying ONE-US right now, so you're the next best thing. It's okay. I'm not saying ONE-US right now either. So, like, me and you both. Me and you both, we're both saying the next best thing. No, I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about how... So, sorry. My last stream was on Tuesday, and I remember mentioning I was going to stream either yesterday or today. Now, I did say it was dependent on if I finished editing my vlog in time, and I will tell you, I'm going to be really honest with you, I did finish editing my vlog in time, okay? I finished editing it yesterday afternoon, but I think I'm going to wait until tomorrow to upload it, just to give the first vlog some time to just be up before, like, putting up another one. So I will upload the Nashville vlog tomorrow, but it's all finished and edited, and it has been for a while. But I was just tired yesterday, so I was like, well, let me just stream today. And then I remembered that ONE-US is having their concert in LA. Like, they're performing right now as we speak. They're sitting there doing preaching to the choir. Can I get the mic a little higher? That's them right now. I cannot believe this. You screaming each time the members came down. It's so funny because I knew that was gonna happen. That's why so when I was buying tickets, I made sure that I was gonna get an aisle seat because I know they love to come down the aisles. So I thought it was even funnier because I also, like, as I was editing and rewatching, I was like, I don't know why I'm panicking so much when they're coming down the aisles, because I knew this is gonna happen. This is why I'm sitting in this seat. Anyway, it was still really funny though. It's still really funny. Ah! Hi, hello, no spam, no spam. So relatable, that was me too. First time missing a ONE-US concert. Oh my god, this tour, the one thing that irks me about this tour is like how, just how, like, out of nowhere it was. So it was really hard for a lot of people to plan. Like, I barely went myself, okay, but like me, I think I would just shrivel up and die if I if I missed a tour. And so I was like, I'm gonna go to at least one, but like one is just a little, like, it's not routine for me. But like, I don't, like, I could have planned it so much better had they given us enough time in advance. But whatever. Your voice is perfect singing. Oh, thank you, thank you. I could have been there. I should have been there. Matter of fact, I should have been there right now. Best voice that you're lying. Can you sing Beyonce Halo? Halo. Halo is hard. Hello, hi. No, so I was even thinking, Even though I would have loved, okay, let me be really, really honest with you. So I got paid this week. It was kind of, it was like sort of like half of a paycheck because when I went to see One Us was part of my pay period. So I missed that whole week, right? But it was still kind of like, it was more than I thought it was gonna be. And so I'm sitting here thinking, I literally started trying to plan like a spontaneous trip to San Francisco. I the way I'm down bad. I started trying to plan it out. I was trying to work out every single thing to do like the cheapest transportation and like cheapest hotels, but like also still because I'm bougie, so like not really the cheapest hotels. Anyways, it didn't really work out. So I just have to accept the fact that like I'm this is it. I'm just not seeing One Us. I ain't got money for concerts right now. You can't just spring this out of nowhere. No, for real. That's the other thing too, is that I'm like not going to any more concerts this year because like it's too like difficult. Like I can't be going to that many concerts all the time. Still amazes me how I managed to plan an entire trip by myself. That's respect though. Easy for everyone. You think Halo is easy for everyone? You don't get paid every week? No. Okay, most of us get paid every 2 weeks. That's how we survive around here. San Fran is cheap. I mean, okay, it might be, but at the same time, it's like I got other things going on too. So, you know, as much as I would love to just like go see One Us anyways, it's like I gotta be an adult and I gotta think about what I have to think about. Baddie. I'm a baddie. What's your opinion on Christianity? It's alright. The coolest. What? I just tuned in. What were we talking about? I'm talking about my favorite group in the entire world. They're called One Us. This is this band right here. They're on tour right now, and they're like doing a concert like as we speak. As we're conversing right now, they're performing. Kaja, ooh, like you know, like that's them right now. Getting paid bi-weekly sucks. It kind of does. I do think that it really teaches you like how to really I don't want to say, I keep wanting to say navigate, prepare. It teaches you a lot of things to get paid twice or every 2 weeks. But even then, it still sucks sometimes. I have to save my money for Purple Kiss final tour. I kind of want to go. I might go to that if they come close. I think if they're not coming to like the city that's closest to me, I don't think I'll go. Just because like, you know, it's like I love Purple Kiss, but like I'm still just like a casual fan, even though like this is the last time we're gonna see them ever. Oh my god. But we'll see. Never heard of them. Are they playing near you? No, they're playing in LA right now. They're in Los Angeles tonight as we speak, like I said. And then they'll be performing in San Francisco on Saturday. Yeah. And if I had a small loan of $1 million, I would get on a plane tomorrow and go see them. I really would, but we just don't, things don't work out like that sometimes. What if they aren't performing right now and instead crying because you are not there? Yeah, they could be. They just canceled the whole concert because I'm not there. You love BTS? No, not really. We're very lucky to be able to think the way we do on such a beautiful planet. Thank you. Hope you get to have a blast there. Well, I already saw One Us. They're my favorite group, like I said. But I already saw them because they've been on tour since the beginning of August. And I saw them in Chicago and Nashville last week. So, like, my time is over. But, like, they're still on tour, which makes it, like, 10 times worse. Because I want to be there. I want to be there so bad. I was looking into going to San Fran the other day, but sadly it doesn't work out. That was my problem. I was really trying to make it work. I was looking at every single thing that I could make work, and it just wasn't. It wasn't working out, which is a sign. I know it's a sign. Okay. It's just a really sad sign. I don't like it. Hi. Hello. Hello. Anyways, okay, did anyone do the homework? Be honest. There was homework the other day. I can give you a minute to I can't give you a minute. I'm sorry. It's a long homework assignment. But if anyone did it, that would be great. I'm not tired. No, I might be. I might be. What the? Okay. All right, there we go. There we go. We need to have a meetup next tour. Yes. Yes, we do. I know the thing about this tour too is I didn't get to see a lot of people that I usually see. One, because the places that I went to, like I just picked, well, it was like I could pick any of the cities that they were going to because I had to travel for them anyways. But it might have just been like the cost of going to the stops that I did go to were cheaper than going to any of the other ones, because the other top contenders, which maybe I should have just went for it anyways, but I don't know. You know, like it works out for a reason. But the other like 2 cities that I wanted to go to, because I knew I was only going to 2. I wanted to go to 3, but the third was like really iffy. The other 2 cities that were a contender for me to go to were LA and San Francisco. So like I would have been there right now. This would have been the first time I would have been seeing them. And then I want to see them again on Saturday. But I think comparing like costs, because they did just spring this tour, like, you know, all of a sudden. And so like I knew I only had about like a month and a half ish to save up enough money for whatever stops I was going to. And so at the time I was planning for the cheapest one, and it happened to be Chicago and Nashville. But the other one was LA and San Francisco. So can you imagine? Today would have been my first time seeing them on the whole tour. It's like their second to last stop. But I don't know. Just send me to the office, bro. Yeah, you just don't get your recess today. Sorry. I did it. Come on, class. Yeah, share with the class. Share with the class. I love your hair. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hear Tennessee was a big hit. For One Us, it was okay. It was definitely okay. I do know a lot of people were there only because like One Us was coming to Nashville. Like they were like kind of from around the area. Because I was sitting across from this girl who was saying that she was like, K-pop groups hardly ever come out this way, which is kind of true. And so she said that she just made the drive. I think she said like an 8 to 9 hour drive to come see them, just because they were coming kind of close. Like 8 to 9 hour drive is still kind of far, but it's sort of the same, because I do the same when groups go to Minneapolis and Denver. Like I'll go drive there because it's close. But yeah, there was like a lot of those fans, I think. But I mean, that's okay too. Hi. For you and Coral. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was fine. I'm like, there were obviously like, it's Nashville in August. Like, what else did we expect? I knew it was gonna be that bad, and so I planned for that. The only thing I didn't plan for was acquiring allergies on the trip. I don't think it was a cold. I really don't think so. Wait, I saw your message, and then you said, is that a picture of me on your wall? What the heck? Yeah, back here. You're one of these guys. Yeah, I wasn't planning on, you know, not being at my best, but other than that, like everything else I planned for, I knew it was going to be that way. Not tired. Not tired. Anyways, yeah, did anyone do the homework? Do you need a minute to do the homework? I'll give you 5 minutes right now. And I'm gonna tell you 5 minutes is not enough time to do the homework, but you going by yourself next time? Because your sister said she's never going back there. Okay. I liked Nashville. I do think if I do go back to Nashville, it's not going to be in the summertime. Like I said, I knew it was going to be bad. It's Nashville, right? In August. It's that part of the country in August. What else did we expect? Like, I knew it was going to be bad. I even told her, I was like, B-Ray, it's going to be hot and humid. And she's like, yeah, okay. So like, I don't know why we're complaining at the end of the day. Um, but I liked it. It's just, I do think if I go back at any point, it's gonna like not be in the summertime. Because it was really just, how bad was it? It's so hard to explain. The only way I can explain it is just think about that part of the country in the summertime. It's just hot and it's just humid. And me, like, I don't live somewhere, like, I'm not used to humidity at all. It's really dry where I live. And I actually really like it. I like the dry heat and the dryness and all this stuff. Um, so much so that like when it's just slightly humid here, we can feel it and it's really gross and everyone complains. So the only problem I had, this was in Chicago too. Like this is the problem in Chicago and Nashville, was that it was hot, like normal hot, but then you slap this humidity on top of it and now it's just bad. Like it's just horrible, but probably because we're not used to it. And in Nashville, we were trying to like look around and explore and like, you know, be tourists and all this stuff, except it's really humid. And so now we're like everything, like our clothes are just like wet. Okay, our hair is like frizzy. It's everything is just gross. We feel kind of just like, you know, slimy. I don't know. Um and it was just like that the whole time. So, but like I knew that was going to happen. And I prepared. I tried to dress accordingly. What the heck? Oh my god. Actually, I signed into the wrong one. That was the problem. I also picked Detroit because of the weather. It was so nice when I went. Yeah, see, I should have thought about that. But the other thing too is like I've always wanted to go to Nashville. Like for like the last like 5 years or so, like I have always wanted to visit Nashville, and this gave me a reason to, because like I'm not going to find myself in Nashville like any other time if it like wasn't for a concert, and it was for One Us. So like I'm like, this is like two birds in one with one stone, right? And so I'm like, well, I should just go to Nashville while I have the chance. And so that's why I picked Nashville, even though it was like August. Um, and so that was kind of on me too. But like LA was gonna be kind of the same if I decided to go to LA. I'm sure San Francisco, it's like right by the water. It has to be the same. I wasn't that interested in going to New York. Um, just I don't know. New York is like not that exciting for me. And I feel like the last time I went was like I looked around enough to just be like, okay, I'm content with this. Um so I wasn't really considering New York. Like I didn't really feel the need to go. Hi, hello. Hello, hello. Sorry, my bangs. Um but because I knew I was going to two, I was trying to group up the stops to be like back to back. So if I went to New York, then I would have wanted to go to Atlanta because that was a second stop. But Atlanta, I know Atlanta in the summer is bad because I went to Atlanta in July one time. I stayed there for 2 weeks in July a few years ago. And that's also one of the places I would like to go back when it's not midsummer. It's just not my favorite. Detroit and Cleveland is like I don't really feel the need to go there. So like I didn't really think of those either. I don't like I went to Dallas and Houston before to see One Us. So I didn't really feel like going there either. And so that's kind of why it was either Chicago and Nashville or it was LA and San Francisco. So ultimately I just picked Chicago and Nashville. You're so beautiful. Thank you. New York seems intimidating. It's actually really fun. Well, okay. It definitely depends on what kind of person you are. I think New York is not a place for people who not really like social anxiety, but like kind of get overstimulated by large crowds of people, because that's all New York is like at any point in time, especially in the daytime. But like it also proved to be true in the evening time and nighttime as well, is there's people everywhere at all times. And so if you're not like a very big like crowd or people person, like you just don't like being like that large of crowds, it gets really overwhelming. Um, but like me, like I don't mind. Crazily enough, I actually thrive in large crowds of people. I it doesn't tire me out at all. And I was realizing that today, because my pal, okay, just a little bit of like an update or so. So my pal, the one that bailed on the trip, right? Like just like ghosted me for the whole trip. She went on a work trip the weekend after, right? And that she was like interacting with like a bunch of people. She came back and she had to take like a whole day off because she just, um it's just interacting with a lot of people, and it like tired her out pretty much, which is understandable. Like some people are just like that. And then I was thinking about how like I went to two 1Us concerts with all these people, right? We even were like walking around. I went to a the weekend concert in Nashville, and that's like a bunch of people, crowds, people, all this stuff. That whole trip though, like nothing about that like overwhelmed me or overstimulated me at all. Matter of fact, I came back and felt rejuvenated. And so it really just made me like think, because like she had to take a day off to recuperate because she just was like with crowds of people for such like a long period of time. But then I came back from my trip and I was like, man, I feel like I'm good. Like now I'm recharged. Like everything's fine now. Um and so I think New York kind of gives the same vibe though. Like if you're not like if being in like big groups of people like that for a while kind of just tires you out, I do think New York is probably not a place to be. Or maybe it'll be nice like once or twice, but you'll definitely see how chaotic and crazy it is. Um, but I mean, if you like that, if you like being in groups of people, I think you'll thrive in New York City. You look like Yeji from ITZY. No, that's just a lie. That's a lie. What? Yeah, anyways, New York to me, unless I like have to be there at any point, I don't think I'll ever be I don't know if I'll ever be back to New York. I'm not necessarily interested in going in the summertime. It's kind of the same. And the two times I did go, it was like kind of cold. So I don't know. Not really too sure. Anyways, I will say if a large sum of money just fell from the sky right now, I would probably get on a plane to San Francisco. I don't do too well in large crowds. I get overstimulated easy. No, that's fair. I think a lot of people do. It's like a trait of so sorry. It's like a trait of being introverted. Because like introverts, like they need a lot of alone time to recharge. Extroverts recharge the opposite way. Which is why I think that like I do pretty well in crowds, in like big groups of people. Because I feel like I get so much energy just from being around so many people. I'm like, man, I'm rejuvenated. But then like if I'm in crowds and stuff, like just repeatedly over and over with like no break at all, that's when I start getting overstimulated. But then I usually only need like a day to myself, and then I can go another like 2 to 3 weeks and be fine. Yeah. What was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna look up flights. Yeah, but I have things to do tomorrow, so like it's not really possible. Do you think it's cheaper to do a one-way? Probably not. I'm trying to fly tomorrow. What about that? What about that? I mean, technically you could do... Oh, yeah, no, that's bad. That's really bad. Okay. Not even a one-way. It's because it'd be tomorrow. Like, what am I... The other thing is I couldn't find any, like, flights that were early morning Saturday and then, like, would come back Sunday. Like, I just could not find any. Let me see. Because if there's one at, like, 6 in the morning, And I get there and I land at like 9 or something. Okay, there we go. Here I am I'm not planning to go to San Francisco, I swear. It's fun to think about. It's fun to think about, like, oh my god, imagine. But I'm not going, look, yeah, see, no. We're not going to San Francisco. Look how expensive those are. You know, for this price, I could just fly to, like, Korea again. At this point, like, I do not need these oh my god. That's insane. Hello, hi. Logging off Twitter on Saturday. Honestly, I've been off of Twitter this entire time. I'm really jealous. I'm a really jealous person. Well, I kind of. I do think, okay, like, as a person, just as a trait that I have, I do think that I'm kind of jealous. But especially right now, I'm just like, I'm extra jealous. Okay, I'm so jealous, and I'm not strong enough to, like, look past it. So I'm just being jealous in peace. In my own. It's like a problem I have to deal with. Thank you for the reminder. Now I remembered my homework. Oh, I got you. Yeah, remember your own homework too. If you have, like, actual homework you have to do, be sure to do that. Sorry. Obsessed too? Okay, yes. Alright, chill. Chill, okay? Can go through one thing at a time. One should give us a free trip to San Francisco since we've attended all the tours. That's what I'm saying. I should got like a 50% off of the tickets. 10% for every tour that I've been to. And because this is my 5th tour, it's my 5th tour, I think I should have gotten 50% off. So, I don't know. Just my thoughts and opinions. That's like, it's like not a fair thing to do, but sometimes I wish it was. I wish we would get special perks for, like, having been to, like, all of the tours. Ah! Manipulator too. Okay, you're saying all this like you know me. Do you know me? Like, what's going on? What is going on right now? Hi, hello. Hello, hello. Ah! You're so beautiful. Thank you. I know women. Okay, but do you know me? I feel like that's not the thing that I asked. But the only tour I didn't go to was 2019, but I was in high school, broke, and wasn't a 2 Moon yet. Oh my god, I have a little story about that. So when I was in Nashville, we were waiting for sound check. We were waiting for sound check. There was this lady. She was an older woman. All right, I want to say, like, based off of the vibe she was giving and the way she looked like she was, like, in her 40s. Now, it would be kind of sad if she was not. Okay, if she was younger than that, because she looked like she was about 45 or something. Anyway, she had Kovar, and she was a few people in front of me, but we were, like, at the back because, like, I didn't get there till, like, 3:50 to check in. So I was, like, number 90 something, and so she was a few people in front of me, also 90 something. And she had on the Fly With Us tour shirt, and I was like, oh my god, that's so exciting, because, like, I feel like when I see people who have Fly With Us merch, I'm like, you know, respect, because, like, not a lot of people went to that. So she had the Fly With Us shirt on, and I was like, oh, like, even my mind, I was like, wow, that's so cool, I can't believe she went. And so she was wearing it, so then obviously, you know, like, the members are gonna see it in the fan sign and stuff. And I think she was probably like 3 people ahead of me or something, because I even heard she went up into the fan sign and Kunhee made like a mention about what she was wearing. Like he like looked at her and was like, "Oh," it's like, "Oh my gosh," like, you know, like your shirt kind of thing. Um and so like because she's so close to me in the line, I can hear her talking with like someone else she's standing with or something. And I don't remember what she was saying in line, but in sound check, she ended up sitting beside me too. I don't know why. Okay, the whole row was empty. That's why I sat in the row, because the whole row was empty. But she sat like kind of beside me, and she starts talking to the girls in the row in front of us. And I don't remember what she said specifically, but they started talking about the tours, like the One Us tours. And they must have been talking about like, oh, maybe like, you know, something at this point in One Us's career that I've noticed is people start then trying to like one up each other on like who was a fan the longest. It's so goofy. And so people are sitting there and they're like, this is my 3rd tour, or this is my 2nd tour, or they're like, my 1st tour was the La Dolce Vita tour, and like, you know, now I'm a big fan, which is respect. But now, because they're all trying to play this like power game with each other, the girl that's sitting in the row in front of us, because we're in the, you know, me and this older lady in the same row, she's sitting in front of, in the row in front of us. She said that her first tour was, I think she said Blood Moon, because I want to say she said Reach for Us, but like I don't think that's true. I think she said Blood Moon was her first tour. And so she was trying to like really like instill in like that little group there, because I'm just overhearing this, but they're right there so I can hear it. So she's really trying to prove her point. She was like, yeah, I've been to every tour. Like I started going during I think she said she became a fan during Luna. Valid. And then started going to their tours after Blood Moon. And so she's like, you know, I've been a fan for so long. And so then this girl over here, the one wearing the Fly With Us shirt, was like, and she was like, oh, she's like, well, I've been to, and so now she's playing the power game too. She's like, well, I went to the first one, like, you know, because this shirt is from their first tour. And then the girl was like, oh, you mean the Blood Moon tour? And then the lady was like, no. She was like, no, that's their second tour. And then the girl that was like, you know, the Blood Moon tour girl, she was like, huh? Like, you could see like the shock in her face when she learned that Blood Moon was not their first tour. Hello? I was like, are you even, like, what? How did you not know Blood Moon was not their first tour? And so she was like, what do you mean? She's like, I thought Blood Moon was their first tour. This girl was like, no. She's like, they went on a tour in 2019. She's like, and that's where I got this shirt. And so then that girl, you could tell that she was like so caught off guard. I think she didn't like the fact that she didn't know that they went on a, which I don't know why you wouldn't know that if you are trying to prove that you're like such a big fan. Like, I've been to every single tour, and it's like you didn't even know they went on tour in 2019. And so then they start trying to, well, they're not arguing, but they're trying to just kind of one up each other again. And they're like, that girl was like, oh, it's like, well, I meant like I went to their first like world tour. And I think that's why I thought maybe she went to Reach for Us, because she said world tour, but she was also trying to imply that their first world tour was Blood Moon. And I was like, what is wrong with your facts here? Like, first of all, Blood Moon was not a world tour. Okay, their first world tour is Reach for Us, but I'm pretty sure she said that she went to Blood Moon the first time, or she went to the Blood Moon tour. And I was like, yeah, but that's not a world tour. That was just another US tour. And so then the older lady started saying the same thing. She was like, well, it's like, yeah, like that, you know, Fly With Us wasn't like a world tour. She's like, but it was like their first tour. They did come to the US. And so then that girl was like, oh, she's like, it's not called a world tour. She's like, and I went to the first world. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And I was like, brother, what? And it's just so funny. I think it was so funny that they're like trying to argue about who is like a bigger fan, and like, you know, because they went to like the tours first. Anyway, I did not put my 2 cents in. I don't think they wanted my 2 cents. Okay, because if I wanted to start playing the power game too, I could sit there and start trying to be like, well, I went to KCON for them in 2019, the one that they dipped out of the day before. So like, now what? Like I don't like doing that. I really don't like trying to like prove myself. What is proving myself? Trying to like make it seem like I'm more of a fan than these people just because I went to all these places. I don't like that. It's like you become a fan when you become a fan. Whatever. But I thought it was just so funny to hear that conversation between these like people at the, you know, trying to prove that they're bigger than us. I'm like, brother, I don't know. It was just such a goofy thing to hear. Regardless of what tour you went to, you're still a Two Moon. It's goofy they're trying to compete with each other. Yeah, but a lot of fans do that. Like even at like other K-pop concerts, people always try to prove that they like bigger fans because they've been fans for longer. And it's like, well, like yeah, you might have known them longer, but like you guys could be the same, you could like them the exact same way. Like, you know, it doesn't really even matter. Yeah. Yep. Even I knew they went on tour in 2019, became a Two Moon between 2021 and 2022. Yeah, see, that's the only thing that confused me was why this girl didn't know that they went on tour in 2019. Like, she found out that they went on tour in 2019 from this lady. And I'm like, well, haven't you been going to tours for the last 4 years? Like, how do you not know they went on tour that long ago? I don't know, you know? It's giving kindergarten vibes. It really was. It's just, it's such a funny thing to experience. Oh, anyways. Was that the story I was trying to say? No, I think that was the whole story. This older lady, though, she, like, was making me mad through the whole, like, because I only had to stand behind her for the fan sign and group photo, or, like, you know, in our queue order, because after that, they didn't care. So I didn't see her anytime after that. But she, I don't know what her problem was, but the staff was just trying to do their job, okay? And, like, people who work at K-pop concerts, you kind of have to treat people a certain way, or you have to treat, that sounds really bad. You have to have this sort of like, I guess it's that you have to treat people a certain way because some fans are like weird and they're like, they try to do weird things all the time. And so you kind of just have to like treat everyone the same way, and you have to treat them like they're gonna be weird. Like you have to treat them like they're gonna try to like, you know, do weird things, even though most of them don't, but like it's just to like keep those ones in line. So the staff are doing that, like, so they're like kind of like they're yelling, well, they're not yelling, but they're just talking really loudly. They're talking very sternly. They're trying to get everyone to hurry up because again, all right, some people like don't do that. And anyway, so the staff is quite literally just doing their job. They do this at every K-pop concert that you ever go to, ever. But the way that these, like, some of the staff were talking, I guess, the tone, this older lady didn't like. She did not like it at all. She thought that they were yelling, and she thought she was taking it personally. She was like, I don't like the way that they're yelling at me. She's like, these guys are making me mad. She's like, I'm gonna flip out. And I'm like, I don't know if you know this, but they're talking like that to all of us. Everyone in this room, they're talking to exactly like that. Except it's not personal. They're not saying it to us, like me specifically, or you specifically. They're saying it to all of us so that, you know, everyone kind of just keeps to what they're doing, what they're supposed to do, and that they're watching for what you're not supposed to do. It's typical K-pop concert stuff, okay? But anyway, she was complaining. She was complaining so bad. She was like, these staff are rude. These staff are mean. They just keep yelling. They're not nice and all this. And I'm like, you want them to baby you? You want these staff to baby you right now? Like, this is crazy. They're not going to do that. Like, and so she was saying this during the fan sign and group photo. So that's kind of why I was like a little shocked, also kind of like irked during sound check when she came to sit in my row, because I was like, now I have to listen to you complain next to me too in sound check. I was like, bro, I just want you to get away. I just don't even like, I don't know. It was giving entitled. at her grown age. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like she looked like she was 40 something and she's taking all these things personally, which I guess makes sense if like, you know, people that age they tend to take things really like personally. But she also was like an older white lady. So then it was also giving entitlement. Like she was making it seem like these staff had to like treat her a certain way, had to make her experience like the best of the best of the best. I'm like, I don't know. Like you're not paying for I don't know. I don't know. Of course it's a white person. Yes. She was like a white lady. Yeah, no, she kind of just started making me mad by the end. By the time sound check rolled around, I was like, bro, you're she's just so insufferable. And then on top of that, she's playing power games with everyone, being like, I was a fan first because I went to the 2019 tour. And it's like, there's a lot of people who went to the 2019 tour. Like, you're not any better. Like, you're not that much more special than everyone else. Like, I don't know. Hello, hi. Yeah, anyways, that was like my experience, I think. Well, no, I think that was the only thing about Nashville. I'm trying to think if I had any other like weird fan experiences. I don't think so. Or if I did, they like don't matter that much. You probably don't remember me. You know what? It's probably been a long time. That's why. Sometimes staff can be very impatient, but at the end of the day, they also have a stressful job. They're trying to keep things moving. Yes, that is true. It's also though because I don't know if anyone I don't think I've ever talked about this. I've also worked at a couple of K-pop concerts before. I've worked at a few. And one thing that I've learned kind of being on like the other side of like the K-pop like fan engagement experience things is that some fans are really like I don't want to say strange, but they do try to be a little slimy about things. And like I've worked 3 K-pop concerts. And at every single one, I think I've had the experience of somebody trying to be like slimy. Um where they'll try to do something that they're not supposed to do, or they'll try to like do something in like a really really extravagant way to try to get the members to notice them. And then you hear a lot of talk between fans too. It's like when because you're standing there like, you know, trying to make sure everything goes in order. You hear a lot of different things being said and like you just kind of realize that like even though most people are there to like experience, you know, meeting like their favorite group and like the concert and all this stuff, some people do have really like weird, I don't want to say intentions because like I don't know if they're trying to do those things, but they definitely talk about them. And you just don't know. You just don't know if they're serious or not. And so like I completely understand now. I get why some staff like have to yell at fans because I had to do that one time too, just because like they just weren't listening. I'm like, I've asked you like 3 times. Like, can we like please like speed it up or something? Can we just listen the first time? And so now like when staff yell around at concerts, it's like, well, like if we just listen the first time, like then they won't have to yell. But I just thought it was crazy that this lady is trying to take all of this personally. Like the staff are yelling at her and only her. My homework is literally due today. Oh god, you better get that in quick. Cat Cafe, man? What? 6 foot tall K-pop security lady yelling at me, I'm running. No, because I only had to do like serious line control for one concert that I worked at. And it was that I had to make sure everyone was in their order number, like their queue order numbers. And so I started going down the line and I'm just like telling people, I'm like, tell me your number so that we know. Or like I start counting and I have like people are raising their hand to like see which number they were. Anyway, I get to this point in the line where there's like a group. everyone has to be single file because they're about to go in. There's like this group of like 5 or 6 girls standing in a circle. And so I'm like, hey girls. I was like, what's your numbers? And so like they like tell me they're like this, and this. And or like I'm counting, I'm like, who's this number? Who's this number? And they're all raising their hand. And then this one girl, I like get to the next number and it's like one of the girls behind their group, and I did not count this one girl. So I said, so what's your number? she was like, oh, my number is this. It's like 20 numbers down. She's like, my number's this. She's like, but I'm just here talking to my friends. And I'm like, okay, that's great. I was like, but we need to be in queue number order because we're about to go in. Like, so you need to go get back in your spot. And she kind of like looked at me and she was like, you know, for some reason, like nothing I said went through her head. And I said, hey, you need to go get back in your spot. We're about to go in and I need you in queue number order. And so she was like, oh, okay. So she finally went back. I was like, I don't know why. I feel like I explained that the first time. I don't know. Anyway, so I go back down to start like going back down the line and whatnot. But I think the other problem I have is that even though I make it sound like I'm coming off pretty nicely, when I'm like trying to get something across, I tend to say it in a very like, it tends to come out a little stronger than one, that I mean it to, and two, than I want it to. And because it comes out a little stronger, it then starts to sound like I'm being very like stern and very like just like, you know, kind of just in your face about it. And it's like, no, I'm so sorry. It's just the way that it sounds, like it just comes off that way. I'm so sorry. So I think that was a problem I was having then, is that even though it made it sound like I was like, hey, you need to be in your queue number, or you know where your queue number is, like you need to be in that spot, I'm sure it came off a lot differently to her, because the way that she like stopped and then immediately went back to her spot, I was like, did I yell? I was like, my bad, I didn't. My bad, what the heck is happening with my bangs? If you ask me that, I'd give you my phone number. Okay, the other thing though is that I worked at boy group concerts, so I was just seeing, it's just a bunch of like other female fans. Bro was caught up in the excitement, forgot her brain cells in the car is all. I mean, that's the other thing too, is that you also learn how many people don't listen the first time or the second time or the third time. It's like, what were you doing the other 3 times? You're intense. I do think so. I do think, like, I always try to be really nice and I try to be very understanding, but when I'm especially in like arguments and stuff, when I start arguing, I think that's when it starts to come out like really, like I sound like I'm really mean. But that's just because that's the way it comes off. Like that's just how cuz I try not to leave room for like misunderstandings or miscommunication or anything when I'm trying to express something. Because it's like, you know, like I just wanted to get I want to get the point across the first time. But because I'm trying to say it in like such a clear and concise way, it comes off really strong. So I don't know. I've had people tell me that I sound kind of scary when I'm arguing or when I'm debating, trying to like defend my points and stuff. I sound a little mean sometimes. The bangs were cute and you started messing with them. Okay, I'm sorry, my bad. My bad. I remember for 8 turns, staff were telling people multiple times to get in a single file line as no one was listening. Yes. And that's why they start yelling at you. That's why they start yelling at people, is because like people don't listen the first time. You like to be specific and concise. That's my love language. I don't like beating around the bush. Is that a love language though? Have we ever talked about love languages? Do you guys know your love language? What's your love language? Yeah, I actually really prefer when, like, if somebody has something to tell me, that they just tell me like straight up instead of trying to like soften it or anything. Because I don't take things personally a lot because I like to just think of things as like the only time I take it personally is when I feel that it's not coming from a genuine place. So like if someone has like a it has to be an opinion. Someone has like an opinion or perception about me, but they don't like know me or know me in that aspect. That's when I take it personally because it's like you just picked like something you don't really know anything about and decided to make something from it. Like I don't like that. I like things that are based on fact and truth. And so if it was somebody that knew me really well and then had something to say about that aspect of me, then I would take it as more like a constructive criticism. Be like, well, you had to have developed this kind of thought or something about me based on like how like the way you know me or like the way that I act or whatever. And so then I feel like it's like a genuine thing to be concerned about. Um but most of the time when it's not things that are based off of like a perception, something that they don't know anything about me, I'll just take it as criticism. But I don't take it personally. I take it as criticism or like constructive criticism. And because of that, it's like I prefer when people just tell me things straight up, like just straight to the chase. Like don't try to like sugarcoat it or anything because that makes me even more mad. That makes me way more upset when they try to soften the blow because they don't want to hurt my feelings. I'm like, my feelings do not get hurt that much. So like I feel even more offended that you're trying to soften the blow for no reason. Just want to pop in, say hi, but I gotta go to bed. Okay, bye. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good sleep. Hi, coffee, bye, coffee. Hello, I missed you. Oh my gosh, hi, welcome back. It's been a while. Mine is acts of service and touch. Ooh. No, that's so valid though. I think a really cute love language to have is acts of service. I think. Like, I think it's cute on other people. Now, if I was to be with somebody that had acts of service, I might feel a little overwhelmed. Just depending. Because I know acts of service, like, really, it's different for a lot of people. But I'm also just I'm hyper independent. So I would hate for someone to just be doing like things for me all the time because like they want to, because then it would make me feel like I'm like depending on them too much, or like it's gonna make me feel like I'm indebted or something. And I don't know. But it's a cute concept. It's a really cute concept. Yeah. Just say it. If it hurts, it hurts. I'd rather know what it is than feel good and not know. Same. Yeah, even then too, is like even if it is gonna hurt my feelings, I'd rather know. You know? Because then maybe it's like I could like well, I don't know if it's something that I could do better or change, but like it could be something that could benefit me and my character to like like work on and stuff. But yeah. Do you think height 5'4", 162 is tall or short? Well, to me it's short. But I think on average it's like an average height to be. Acts of service is my love language. I struggle to tell people that I love them. Really? Wait. Hi, hello. Hello, hello. Yeah, acts of service is cute. It's really cute. My love language, I have two, but my main one is words of affirmation. This is also why I value words a lot. I value and admire words a lot. Like even just like conversation and stuff, but words of affirmation 100%. And then my second one, it's like kind of close, but it's not as much, is gift giving. Yeah. But it's more so like that's like how I think I give love to other people is through gifts. Because I mean, like, receiving them is actually, no, I think I like receiving them too. I like receiving gifts. Um, but I really, really cherish the gifts that are like a little specific, I would say. So like, obviously I'm like appreciative of all gifts. If someone was to give me like a plushie or something and they're like, this reminded me of you, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, like that's so nice. But if it was like something that like they picked out, say it was like a bracelet and it's like it has like some like stones or something in it, and they're like, I read the description for this stone and it felt like it like fit you so well, or like this is like kind of, like this is you just in a stone or something, something like that. If it has like a really specific meaning, I think then it really just like warms my heart. I'm like, man, that's so exciting. The other day, one of the there's one of these like ladies that I work with. Well, kind of. She works in a different department, but she comes over a lot. She makes like earrings, and she was showing us like the photos of the ones she made, and I was like, oh my gosh, these ones are so cute. And she was like, oh, you like them? She's like, that's so she's like, I'm glad you like them. She's like, because when I was making them, I was thinking about you. It was like they're like inspired by you or something. And I was like, oh. I was like, what? It made me so happy. I was like, that's so crazy, because like we're not that close. Like she comes over a lot, but like it's more just like we're still coworkers at the end of the day. So I thought it was really cute that she was like, yeah, I just like I thought about you while I was making these. And I was like, God. It was so nice. To 6 foot Christina, anything that starts with 5 is short. That's not true. Not true. Not true. Okay. I'm very skilled at giving words of affirmation, but when I'm past a certain tiredness, it turns into grunts, which are not usually taken well. That's crazy. Okay, but for me, it has to be specific words of affirmation, because compliments don't do much for me. Like, I appreciate compliments, but when they sound like they're surface level compliments, it's like not the same. Even though it counts kind of as words of affirmation, if someone was like, oh, like you, like that shirt looks really good on you, I'm like, thanks. Like, it just sounds very surface level. I think I like the compliments that are more like personality based or like skill based. Or what else? They have to sound like they're coming from like a genuine place. Would you like a music box for a gift? It depends. It depends on what the music is. Not surface level, so compliment your organs. You have very efficient kidneys. Thank you so much. No, I mean like, how much am I trying to share today? It's just like compliments on my physical appearance don't mean that much to me, because I don't mean, I really just mean this in like an objective way, is I get them all the time. And it kind of has become something that's like, guys especially, it's like the first thing that they'll say to me is like something complimenting my like physical appearance. Right? Anything. And so that's kind of what I mean by like surface levels. They're like, oh, like you have like really nice, like you have like a nice smile, you're like, you have nice hair, all this stuff. It's like, I do appreciate it, but it doesn't mean that much. Like as much as like something that's like, oh, like I don't know, what's something that's not surface level? Or like, I like the way that like you think about this thing because like, or I don't know. Share all the things. Yeah, we're just doing lore drops every stream. Christina flexing her looks. No, because I don't think I would give myself a solid like 5.7 out of 10. That's it. Okay. I don't know. 5.8. 5.8 out of 10. Like, it's like obviously not that good. Okay, but it's not like horrendous either. 5.7 is crazy. Okay, 5.8. 5.9 because I'm to match my height. Yeah, I would probably put myself about there if I was to, like, you know, rate myself. But I don't know. Just I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Basically, I just don't like a lot. I appreciate compliments on my appearance, but at the same time, they're not really things that, like, make me that excited. It's more just like, oh, like, thank you so much. Like, thank you for, like, giving a compliment or whatever. Ah! Anyways. What was I talking about? Oh, gift giving and all this stuff. Yeah. I'm not even gonna dignify that with a rating on the shallow scale, but what? Huh? What does that mean? What does that mean? You make me feel so la 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 la. Okay, if there's one thing I'm actually a little bit sad about that I wish I could experience again and I don't know if I'll ever be able to. It's so One Us performed Bad, and I love that song. I love that song, but I actually really liked experiencing it in the concert. Oh man, did I, oh my god, it was like my favorite thing ever, was to, like, just experience Bad as a concert goer. And the one thing I think that I'm most sad about is that, like, I just don't think I'll ever experience that ever again, unless they sing it on their next tour as well. But, like, I feel like it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same because the next tour, if they go before Soho gets out, then Lido's gonna be gone. So then it's just gonna be the three of them, except Lido's a vital part to Bad, I think. Oh god. Oh, but they're performing it, like, right now, so, like, what the heck? It's just so sad. 1 to 10 is a terrible, shallow way to measure someone, but rating you low like that is ridiculous. Well, yeah, I guess maybe like a 1 to 100. Well, okay, no, that's why I say I feel like I'm like a solid, like, 5.7, like, for sure. Maybe on my good days I could be a 6. But this is also just, like, appearance wise. I think if we were to, like, account, like, personality or something into it, I think I could get up to a solid 7. I think I could be about that high. Personality. Well, no, because then that means, like, because my looks really don't play that much into. I don't know. I don't really know. Stray Kids or Blackpink? Probably Blackpink. I think I listen to Blackpink a lot more. Stop. I'm really trying to avoid rating. Okay, well, if it's like a genuine rating though, like if you gave one and then, not to say give explanations, but if there was like a valid point behind it, then I would be like, okay, respect. But it's like if somebody was to put me on a scale of 1 to 10 and then put me somewhere and then can't really give, like, explanation. Not that I need explanations, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Maybe I should just stop talking. I should just shut up. Anyways, did anyone do the homework? Be honest. Did anyone do the homework? And if you did, give me a timestamp so I can go look it up. Is Stray Kids? I mean, I don't really like Stray Kids. Well, okay, no, I do. I just don't listen to Stray Kids that much. Bad was my favorite song from the concert. Mine too. I was singing it. It's like, it's so funny. It's like I was singing it like my heart was like also whatever the song is about. Like the way I was just singing, it's like I'm standing outside of someone's window, like singing this song. I love you so bad, you know, like me. That was me at the concert. You make me feel some type of way. Da, 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 da. That was me. My bias is Lisa and you. Would you wear a dress on a formal event? Yes. I would love to go to like a really formal event, like a gala or something, and wear like a really nice like formal dress. I would love to do that. Someday. Someday I will. Something about the part before the chorus hits different. It does. The da 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 da. Love you so much. Na 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 na. I can feel the vibe. A better physically related comment is like the way you look up and to the side with your with your mouth open, hesitating while you think for a sound. What? Wait. Wait, I didn't know I'd do that. Hold on. Hold on. Now I have to go look. What? What? I want to post my videos on Twitter, but it ruins the quality. It does. I'm so mad too because a lot of my clips from Nashville, my Nashville vlog, I think is going to be cracked out. All right. If you guys watch it, all right, I'm uploading it tomorrow, so you guys better watch. If you watch my Nashville vlog, I think like you're going to realize just how you're probably going to realize how cracked out it is because even I'm like, what the heck? Anyway, all of my videos look like that, okay? Because I was in such a good spot. And they're all in 4K. It looks so crisp and so clean, but if I post them anywhere, it's just gonna get ruined. Like no one's gonna see it the way that it exists in my phone, except for YouTube. Because I figured out how to upload it in the same quality as my clips on my phone. So it's like, I know it takes up a lot more like Wi-Fi and whatnot, but if you put it on the 4K option, like the 2160, and you watch the vlog, Chicago as well, if you watch the Chicago one and the Nashville one, you'll see it almost exactly how it is on my phone. So there's that. I watch my own videos and laugh at myself. But that's important though. I think if you can watch them and you can like enjoy, you know, if you enjoy the video, like it makes you like happy, then I think it's okay. Even though some are a little cringe, because like that's how I am with mine. There are some moments I think where I'm like, man, that was so cringe. I don't know why I would do that. It's still really funny to me. Kind of what you mentioned earlier, when every time a member walked down the aisle and I would just scream. Like that's really cringe because like why am I screaming at the members as they're walking by? But it's also funny because it's like, why are you screaming at the members as they're walking by? It's like texting a video from iPhone to Android completely screws the quality. I know. I hate it so bad. I just want everyone to see what I'm seeing. That's all. I scream like I'm in pain. It's okay. It's okay. I scream kind of weird too. So like, nah. Maybe, okay. I need to stop touching my bangs. What was I gonna say? Oh, did anyone do the homework? Be honest. Be honest. Did anyone do the homework? I'll give a teacher example and give you my favorite. Actually, I can probably just show you. You have a favorite actor or actress? I did. He was a K-drama actor though, except then he went on hiatus, so now what the heck? Okay, wait. Let me show you my favorite part. Wait. Every time I think about it, it's like, really crazy. Okay. All right, are you guys ready? All right, this is my favorite part. Not this part. Not that part. This part. I know, okay. All the text is mirrored, okay? It's all mirrored, but basically the timestamp for this, if you're gonna go watch it yourself, it's 42:44 in the Chicago vlog. Okay. Basically, bro. Okay, so what happened was I'm living it up to these songs. I was living it up the entire concert. And so what I was doing is I had my phone. I'm recording like this, but I'm like dancing around in the back too, okay? Um and so I'm having the time of my life, and this is they're doing their last ment like of the night. So they're all giving like their final like closing thoughts. And I think right before that ment they sang Valkyrie, but they do it as like I call it a party version. It's like they just jump around on stage, so like you're jumping around too. So I'm having the time of my life. So then they start doing the ment, except now it's hot. There's like no airflow in this venue. Or like they didn't have like, I don't know. It was hot. And I'm warm, and so I had my VIP badge, and I start fanning myself like this with my badge to like kind of give myself some air. And so I'm recording on this with this hand, like my phone in this hand. I have my badge on this side, and I'm faced like this towards the stage because I'm sitting there, but I'm also like, it's hot. And so I'm like fanning myself. I didn't even notice that he looked the first time. What did I? I noticed at some point in real life that he like looked at me. I don't know if I noticed when he like first looked at me, but I'm sitting there like fanning myself, and he like looks over at me, and so then I'm sitting like still fanning myself, and then he looks away, right? And then he looks again, and then that's when he was like, is it hot? And I'm still fanning myself with my badge. And I sat there and I was just I don't know. Cause now I don't even know if I like replied or anything. Like I kind of was just sitting there still going like I must have just been too hot or something. I was just like I'm trying to just cool down. And so I'm just still fanning myself. And he just looks at me and I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah. It's like, yeah, I guess. No, I think no. No, I think I did notice. I think I just didn't care at the time. Because again, I was like hot. It was hot. And because later on when we went back to like after the concert ended and everything, I suddenly remembered it, and I told my sister. I was like, oh my god, I was like, do you remember that point where like Lito saw me fanning myself off and he like asked in front of everyone? And she was like, oh yeah, she's like, I saw that. And I was like, god. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's horrible. But it was so funny. I think it was just really funny because it's like, out of all the people in this venue, he decided to pick on me just because I was fanning myself off. I was like, Lito, it's hot. Okay, leave me alone. Bro legit asked you a question, you just stared at him all around. Well, it's like I don't know what I'm trying to think about what I was thinking of in that moment, because I know I didn't really care that much that he looked at me, and like, because I saw he looked at me, I'm pretty sure. And then he like asked like in the mic, he's like, is it hot? And I was like, obviously, duh. Maybe it was just I was like too hot to like really even care. Because like when I get like hot, like, you know, and like, you know, it's just hot, I kind of get overstimulated. I don't really like, I prefer to try to cool down first before I start trying to interact with anything. I'm like, please just let me have a moment. So I'm sitting here fanning myself off, and then he's sitting there like looking at me like, is it hot in here? And I'm like, what do you think? What do you think? Of course it's hot in here, Lito. I'm pretty sure I was just like trying to cool down, and so I didn't really even care. And so then later on when I thought about it again, I went back to like watch to see if I caught it on video, and I did. I was like, yeah, you're right. It's like he did really just like look at me. You gave him 0 words of information. Well, what was I supposed to say? Was that he like looks at me, he's like, is it hot? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, no. I don't know. I don't know. That's why I don't think I replied. Did I? Maybe I can hear it. Hold on. I don't think I said anything. I didn't say anything. Everyone around me was like, yes, it's hot. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know, not really even focused. I don't know. I can't tell you what I was thinking in that moment. I just know I saw him look at me at least once in that specific part. And then after that, I just didn't care. I don't know. Anyways, out of the whole vlog, that's my favorite part. Oh, no. I have one more. Let me show you. Ah, it's actually so funny. Because I don't know why this happened, but it did. I'm just too good. Okay. Okay. Okay, don't listen to me scream. But did we see that too? That was my favorite moment as well. But see, that's the one I mean, like, I don't know why that happened. Maybe I just happened to be the first person he saw, and he just was like, it's like, me too, Kunhee, me too. The screen. Okay, leave me alone. Leave me alone. No, it's so funny because like while I'm at the concert, ONEUS concerts at that, is I don't really care how I sound in the moment, but then I go back and watch all of my clips and all of my videos, and it's like, why do I sound like that? I'm like, what the heck? But I think it makes it funny. Like it adds to the whole experience because it's really funny, I think. He noticed you? That's great. I know, that's what I'm saying. I will say, then you post it online for the world to hear you. I know, because I think it's funny. I think it's really funny. Like, even though it's a little cringe, it's just funny, but then it adds to the experience of like, oh, this ONEUS is her favorite group in the entire world. Of course she's sounding like, you know. That's just my thought process. You're being authentic though, that's awesome. Yes. Yeah. Because like I said, I don't care how I act at ONEUS concerts. That's my favorite group, okay? I feel like I can act however I want. Hey, look gorgeous. Thanks. Thank you so much. No, okay, so the Chicago concert was nice and fun. All right, I feel like I got a lot more interactions, I think, than I was planning on, because I wasn't really trying to get interactions from them. Because sometimes I do. Sometimes I will try to like wave, or I'll try to get like a heart or something, but this time I didn't. I didn't wave at them at all. I didn't do any hearts or anything. And during all of the songs, it's like I was just singing along and dancing because like I like these songs and like they're my favorite group. And so they would kind of just like naturally see me and then like interact. And so I thought that was crazy. I'm like, man, like I still got like a lot of interactions even though I wasn't trying to get them. But then it like got even worse in Nashville. Like I'm almost excited for like everyone to see the Nashville vlog, because not only is it like better than Chicago, but like the amount of interactions I got in Chicago or in Nashville without trying at that, it's like I didn't try at all in Nashville. I was actually having a horrible day in Nashville before the concert. And so I wasn't necessarily I wasn't as excited as I was in Chicago, just because I was having such like a horrible time by the time Nashville came around. But I still was trying to enjoy the experience, but like I felt like my energy was maybe a little bit lower, but I still was getting a bunch of interactions. I was like, man, this is so fun. Like I love this so much. It became really awesome. I want to post the video I got with Kunhee during the encore. You should. You should make it like put it on TikTok or YouTube Shorts. Which stop was your favorite? Oh. See, that's hard. That one's kind of hard because they both had like really good qualities about them. I think out of experiences, I had a more fun time in Chicago. Probably just because it was the first one and like I wasn't in such like a bad mood for Chicago. But Nashville, I had a much better view, which kind of really made me like be a bit more excited because like it's such a good view. It's such a good view. Um, and like I said, I was getting a lot of interactions from the members because I was just in kind of in the way. I was in the way. Um, so like they kind of really both have good qualities about them. I don't, if I had to pick one though, I guess based on experience, I might like Chicago a little bit more, just a little bit. They were picking out 8s in the audience to interact with, and you were one of the few. Okay, I hate to tell you, okay, not to be mean and a hater, but that's probably true. Probably true. Yeah, for Nashville, I hate that I was having such a bad time. And it was only because so like I went with my sister on the trip, and on Tuesday we went downtown, like we went out downtown to like look around Nashville and stuff, but it was hot and it was humid, and we're not used to humidity, so it was like bothering her like times 10. And one thing about my sister is that when she complains, she complains. She makes it everyone's problem. And so she's complaining over and over and over. She's like, it's hot and it's humid and all this stuff. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know it's hot and humid. It's like, but there's really no use complaining about it when like there's nothing we can do about it. And so she keeps complaining. It's like ruining my mood because I'm like, I know, but like we don't need to be complaining about it. And then we spontaneously decided to go see The Weeknd because I didn't know he was having a concert that night on Tuesday night. And so I was like, we should go see. And she was down. She was like, yeah, we should. I would love to go. Except by the time the concert rolled around, because we had been outside for so long in the hot, like in the heat and the humidity, it's like we were just like bothered by that point. But I was like, I feel like this is something that like we just have to get through. Because you're not really going to remember this part. You're going to remember the experience, or, you're going to remember everything else. And so I'm trying to be optimistic about it. She's being like, she's trying to make this like the worst day ever. And so for the whole duration of the Weeknd concert, she just sat there and didn't do anything. Like I think she like was trying to like fall asleep or something. Like she was just so kind of like over it. And like I understood, like I totally get it, but it's like we paid money to be here. Like we should at least try to enjoy it anyways. So she threw like this whole like fit and tantrum, all right, on Tuesday evening. And then Wednesday was the concert, and she was still kind of throwing like the tantrum. So I like got ready by myself because I had Kovar and she didn't. And but I didn't know if she wanted to go down with me anyways, or if she wanted to like, because she started making it sound like she didn't want to go. She was like, because she was still kind of like in like a funky mood. And so I'm saying, I was like, well, you're gonna go to the concert today? And she's like, I don't even want to go anymore. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I'm just tired, I'm like, God, you're just making like, you're kind of just making this worse. Like, I'm trying to have a good time. This is One Us, my favorite group. I shouldn't like be, having to deal with all this. So she starts trying to say that she's just not going to go to the concert. And I'm like, okay. It's like, well, that's not my problem because I'm going to go. Like, if you want to like lay around in bed and mope all day, that's fine. But like, I'm going to go to this concert. So I had to get ready, like kind of all like, while she's sitting there throwing a fit. I keep asking her, are you going to go? Are you going to go? And she's like, no, I don't think I'm going to go. I'm not going to go. I don't want to go. I'm like, all right. And so I go down by myself. But because like I was dealing with her and her whatever she was doing for the last like 12 or so hours, it was just making me feel like it was really just dragging down my mood. And I hate that it kind of affected the way that I was like showing up at the concert and whatnot, because we start with the fan sign and the group photo first. And I just had no energy throughout it. I felt so bad. Like looking back now, it's like I should have just tried to push through it a little more. But I was just in such a terrible mood. I just couldn't do it. So like we go through the fan sign and like I can't say anything to them because I don't have the energy to. So like I get to Kunhee and like they have to And then on top of that, it's like I forgot half of the things I wanted to take to the concert because, like, I'm worried about her. And so then I get to the venue, and then we have to wait outside for an hour and a half, and I'm there by myself, and I'm like, oh my God, everything's going wrong. So we go through the fan sign, I get to Kwon-hee, and he's like, hello, and I was like, hi, and then I kind of just stood there. Because I was in so, oh God, it makes me feel so bad. And then so he starts signing my light stick, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh wow, like, trying to be really nice. Get to Hwanwoong, he's like, I like your hat, and I was like, thank you. And then he kind of was like, it's so cute, and I was like, thanks. Well, like I was trying to say in like the most exciting way possible. It just wasn't coming off that way. We do the group photo. I like tried to be really nice. Oh God. And then we get to sound check and I just wasn't into it. I was like, man, I hate that. Everything was just going wrong. And then when the concert started, it took me a while. Well, it didn't take me a while. It's just I didn't feel that excited when the concert started, but because I was in such like a terrible mood. But by the time we started getting through it, I was like I was all excited again by the end, but that's the one thing I think about Nashville is I could have had like a much, much better experience in Nashville if I didn't have to deal with all that. But just roasted an entire concert audience with one comment. That'd be really annoying. Actively being a mood killer on purpose is a baby sibling move. Well, I don't know if she was doing it on purpose. It's just she's the type of person where when she feels something, it's like very apparent. And so, but I mean, she's always kind of been like that. I guess I just didn't like that it was like something that was happening while we were, I'm here to see my favorite group. I'm having the time of my life. I don't want to be dealing with all this. But luckily it turned out fine. I mean, yeah. Will you ever go to a concert with her again? Probably. I think it's just I've learned maybe in not such like a stressful kind of way. Like if I know that it's going to be very like chill and relaxed, I probably will. But I think more of like the high, I don't want to call it high stress, because it's sort of the same issue with like when I travel with my pal. She's someone that like she gets burnt out pretty easily. But like me, it's like I don't. And so I can do a bunch of things over and over and over and not get as tired. But like my pal, like she needs kind of like breaks in between. It's just because she's an introvert. Okay, introverts need their time alone. But every time we go on our trips, like, we don't plan for time to rest because it's and so she ends up kind of like pushing herself through it and then burns herself out even faster. And I think it's something that like I just what's the term? Something I failed to take into account and like failed to realize for too long, to the point where then she started just sort of bailing on trips. Right? And like that could be on me because like again, like that was just me assuming that she was sort of the same as me. And then realizing, like I just assumed wrong. But instead of like communicating that to me, she started just like dipping out on trips. So in turn, I'm like, okay, well, if she's just bailing on trips, that means she probably doesn't want to go. So now I try to just go on trips by myself. It's like if I want to go somewhere, I'm just going to go somewhere. If someone wants to tag along, they can tag along. That's totally fine. But like I don't really expect people to go places with me anymore. Glad the concert itself turned out well. That's rough to put that much money, time, and effort into an experience and have it almost tank. Yeah, I do kind of wish that maybe she was just that she kind of realized that, or that she would have realized that like this is a trip and like we can't be acting like that on a trip. But that was also on me, I think, for just kind of kind of doing the same thing of like assuming that someone can do the same things that I can and like be okay with it, when that's like usually never the case. Are you close in age? Yeah, she's well, she's 3 years younger than me. So, I guess kind of. What was I watching? Oh! Ah! Okay, wait. I can give you guys a spoiler of the Nashville one. I'll give you a spoiler so that way you look forward to it and then you go watch it yourself. Let me think about my favorite part. Well, all of it. Okay, but I need one that like is kind of the same as these other ones. Oh, maybe you might be able to see it. Hold on. Hold on. I'm looking. I'm looking. I thought there was. I guess there's not. Okay, I guess it's just this part of. It's not that exciting, but homework assignment 2. If you don't do your homework, there'll be detention. Yes. Oh yeah, that actually that would be great to say. So I'm not gonna stream tomorrow because I'm doing something tomorrow. But I am going to upload the Nashville vlog tomorrow. So I think that would be a great homework assignment, okay, for everyone to watch the vlog and then pick your favorite part, which was the homework assignment for today. So if anyone did do the homework assignment and you have your favorite moment from the Chicago vlog, let me know. Let me know, turn in your homework assignment, give the timestamp. Okay. I have my favorite part. Hold on. Okay, wait. Okay, ready? Okay, did you see it? I don't know if you can see it from that far. Let me just show you one person specifically. Okay, be honest. Am I reaching? Was that a reach or was that fact? Be honest. I'll watch both vlogs tomorrow. Okay, so one of your assignments is gonna be late. I'll tell you that right now. Are you always on YouTube? Yes. That part of We Are Young is also my favorite. Mine too. No. My favorite. I might be a simp, just a little bit. My favorite part in We Are Young is actually the first part. The do you know cutie pie? 미치는 뒤는 짖는 소리들 우리 지금 살아있잖아 그토록 바라는 거는 말이야 너는 날 wanna get. Anyways, that part's my favorite. Not because Soho sings it. Not because Soho sings it, but it's like the way he sings it. It sounds so good. It sounds so good to me. And that part's my favorite. In my video, I go, aw. Yeah, in mine, I just scream, I think. Yeah. It's just so good, though. It's so good. I love them for real. Anyways, that's a sneak peek. Sneak peek at the vlog will be up tomorrow. I don't know what time. I'll do extra credit to make up the grade. Extra credit? What can I give as extra credit? I don't know if I have extra credit right now. I'll have to think about it. And we are young forever. Yeah, no, I have no extra credit. Good to see you. Catch you later. Bye. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, you know what? I should end stream too. I'll do 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes of stream, and then I will end for the night. Extra credit, watch an old video. That's what I was thinking too, but I don't want to give, like, there's some that are cringe. I don't want you to watch those. There's other ones that's like, I don't really know if maybe they're like not relevant. This whole video, the pink thing next to the TV behind you looks like it goes into the TV. You mean this? This is what you're talking about? It goes behind the TV. It's a headband, but it's sitting behind the TV. And we are young for... Do you think ONEUS is not done? No, ONEUS is. They're done with their concert right now. I bet you they're doing the fan engagements. Isn't that kind of funny? Isn't that kind of funny? ONEUS right now is meeting fans, and here we are. Here we are just talking about them. The line on the TV is right next to it, and it looks like a continuation. Oh, I see. I see what you mean right here. Oh, wait, that's funny. That is so funny. Remember me? Yeah, you were just here like 30 minutes ago. I like it here more anyways. Sorry, ONEUS, when I'm yapping with it. Yeah, ONEUS, how come you're not yapping with us? What the heck? Did I tell you? Okay. I do think this is slightly delusional of me, but like, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. When I saw just let me be for a second. So when I went through the photos in Chicago, Lido is first in the photos. I get up to him and I swear to God, he was trying to say my name and then he stopped halfway. Cause he said something, he was like, hi, and then he said something that started with the T, but he didn't finish the word. And I remember I like looked up at him like immediately because I was like, huh? And I think in that moment, I thought he was trying to say Two Moon. But then I immediately was like, why would he try to say hi Two Moon? Like, why would he say that? And so then I'm like, so what other thing could he have been trying to say that started with the T? And I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. But like, it was because he didn't finish what he was trying to say. Like, it was like he started it and then I looked at him and then he like stopped. And then I was like, okay. And so then I turned and started trying to do like, I did my pose. I was like, we should do this. And he was like, okay. And then moved on. But then I was like, what was he trying to say? Like, what was it? I'd rather do VIP meet and greet with Taylor. At least I get a t-shirt. If I get a t-shirt out of it. VIP meet and greet. Yeah, but I do those for free. What do you mean? He was trying to say Taylor for sure. I don't know. Like, I'm confused. Because also, it's like, what else would he have been trying to say? I don't think he would have said Two Moon. That's, like, weird and cringe. Right? But, like, why would he say... Why would he say my name? That's weird. Do the eye thing. I don't know what that is. He got thrown off by those. Did I talk about this last stream? I think I have a problem. Well, I don't have a problem, but it seems to be a problem. That like when I make eye contact with people, for some reason, they start to think other things. I'm like, brother, I was just looking. I was only glancing. I did not mean. He's hiding in the stream somewhere. Okay. Ah, no! All of this is just like, this is like delusional like thoughts. I mean, it's just us, right? You guys got me, right? You guys would let me have this moment, right? He's a Heavenly Taylor fandom name. That's his stand. Yeah. We talked about it. People, we fall into those dark eyes. Okay, no. It's just, for some reason, I can't be looking at people like just normally. For some reason, they always think strange things. No, okay, the other dilemma that I had, though, was that when I pulled up, well, I walked up to him, and he was trying to say hi, you know, whatever he was trying to say. I started thinking, because this is why I don't know if he was trying to say my name, because also I have never talked to Lido in my life. Ever. Okay, I've never been in like a fan call or anything, and I've never had an instance where I had told ONEUS my name before. Ever. So, that's kind of why I don't know if he was trying to say my name. Because realistically and logically, he should not know what my name is. And I think that's kind of why my brain resorted to like, he's trying to say hi to Moon. But then I was like, why would he say that to anyone? Lido, of all people's, not gonna say that to anyone. And that's kind of why I don't know. I don't know what he was trying to say. All I know is whatever he said started with the T. It started with the T and he trailed off halfway. That's all I know. That'd be crazy if he was in here. He's comments, guys. Can you? No, that's the spooky thing too, is that he does know English. Why? Because I've heard him. I've heard him speak great English many times. Okay. So, he actually has a burner account to watch the streams. Might have accidentally put him out. Wouldn't that be so funny? That'd be so funny. Be like, I timed out Lido in chat before. That's funny. I didn't think of that. Why would he know your name? That's what I'm saying. This is why it's such a dilemma to me. Well, kind of, yeah. It's just something that I've thought about since it happened. Because I remember even after, so I went through all the photos because he was first. And then, then I went through like the other members. And then as soon as I left from Kunhee, I like grabbed my phone and then I immediately was like, did he just try to say my name? I was like, why would he try to, like, what was he trying to say? I'm almost a little mad that he didn't finish it because I think it would have been, well, maybe it is a good thing because at least I'm just left in limbo, you know? And it's like he could have been trying to say my name, but maybe not. Because if he did finish the whole thing, imagine he did say my name. Then what? Then what would I have done? I would have been like, what? What the heck? Did you tell the other guys your name? They would have had to talk about you or something. Maybe they mentioned you and you remembered, almost said your name, but then got unsure if it was correct. No, okay, so that's the other thing is I've never interacted with ONEUS like that before either. Like none of ONEUS, like realistically, none of them should know my name. I'm sure, like I've been to so many tours and concerts. I'm sure they probably recognize me, but I've never said my name to them. So, like, none of them should know my name unless they know me from somewhere. Then that's where it becomes a little crazy and strange. I'm trying to throw bones here, but I'm struggling to make a connection. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was doing too. But, okay, I will say, okay, let me tell you a little story. I've actually told this many times, but I think this will pertain to the topic we're having, conversation we're having right now. So the La Dolce Vita tour, I went to New York and I had the VIP, which was High Touch and Soundcheck. And we were going through not High Touch, High Wave. It was even dumber than a High Touch. High Wave, and what they do is they had ONEUS line up like here, and then you would just walk by them and wave by. It was really dumb. Anyways, I didn't know what side they were gonna stand on until we were like there going by them. And so I didn't have time to like move any of my stuff. I took a guess, thought they were going to be on the right side. They were, so I moved all my stuff to my left side, except they were on the left side. And I didn't have time to move everything to my right side. So I just kept everything on the left side and was like, whatever, I'll just wave by with this hand since it's free and open. And so I'm walking by. I totally forget. I stuck my phone in my front pocket of my purse, except my purse is clear. The camera is facing out that way because that's just how I put my phone in my purse. And so the security, one of the staff guys, I learned later he was one of their like personal staffs because they like hire like personal staff. Personal staff? There's some tour staff that'll go on the whole tour with them. And so this guy was one of them on that tour. And he was standing kind of right before like you get to One Us. And he start oh my god. I don't think about it often, so it's like crazy to think about sometimes. So like I totally forget. I'm starting to say bye to One Us and I get through about 3 of the members before I hear someone start saying my name. They're like, "Taylor," and I'm like sitting, I'm like, cause me, I'm like, no one here should know my name, right? And I was like, they're probably not even talking to me if they're saying Taylor. It's like it's probably somebody else. So I ignore them. I keep doing my high wave. And then I hear my name again. They're like, "Taylor." And so I'm sitting, I was like, they cannot be talking to me. I was like, there's no way they're talking to me. I don't think they're talking to me. I'm just gonna ignore it again. I continue my high wave. And so then I hear my name again, but they're like kind of back to back. So it's like, they said my name 2 times back to back. I ignored both of them. And then they said Taylor again for the 3rd time. And I'm like, who is saying Taylor? I'm like, who is even named Taylor here besides me? And so I look just because it's like, that's my name. And they said it 3 times. So it's like, I want to know what's going on too. So I look to where the sound's coming from. It's the staff, and he's looking at me in my eyes. Hello? He's looking at me straight in my eyes, and he like points down at my phone or like my purse. And he just said, he's like, "Your phone." And I said, and I immediately was like, oh, it's like he thinks I'm recording. And so I was like, "Oh, I'm not recording." But then I'd like then turned and then I just walked straight out. So I didn't even finish the high wave. I had like 2 members left to wave bye to and I didn't because I just was like kind of flustered from like, I was like, "Oh my god, he thought I was recording. That's embarrassing." Except then I turned, we start walking out, and then it processed. I was like, "Wait a minute." I was like, he just said my name 3 times, and as soon as I looked at him, he started telling me what the like, it's like when I turned to look at him, he was already looking at me. And so then it became kind of apparent that he was saying my name to get my attention. But then I was like, wait, how does he know my name? I was so baffled. I was like, what the heck? And so I'm like, all these thoughts are going through my head. So I grab my purse and I start looking through it because it's a clear purse. I start looking on the outside of the purse because I was like, maybe my name is like somewhere in this bag. Like maybe I have it on something and he just saw and that maybe it was in my bag and was like, "Oh, her name must be Taylor." So I started looking around my purse. Nothing in there says my name. I don't think I had my jacket. I have a jacket that says my name, but like I don't think I had it then. So I started like kind of looking around everything that I have on me to see if anything had my name on it, and it didn't. And so I do all of this. We're like going down some stairs. So I'm doing all of this as we're going down the stairs. We finally get outside to like the sidewalk. My pal was in front of me. And so I was like, okay, I was like, before we talk about anything, I was like, did you just hear what he said? I was like, did you hear anything that happened? And she was like, no. Um, and so I said, okay, I was like, so you didn't like hear him say my name 3 times? And she was like, no. And she's like, wait, what? And so then I had to explain to her the whole thing. I was like, he just said my name 3 times. And it's like, and I like obviously thought he wasn't talking about me until I turned to look and he's looking at me already. I was like, so I think he was saying my name to get my attention. And so then now I'm like, okay, but how did he know my name? Hello, I don't know that guy. That was my first time seeing him in like my entire life. I've never seen him ever before. I don't know how he knows my name, but he knew my name, and I'm so anyways, I don't know how he knew my name, but it scared me for a long time because I was like, what the heck? Like, who's talking about me? Why are they talking about me to just some random people? That's weird. Not to go on modern tech, but it would honestly be boringly easy for them to identify the attendees at the show with our tech now. If they see the same face at multiple shows, the crew might know. Okay, but see, this was the problem. This was the issue. Was this happened in New York, and that was the first stop that I had gone to on the entire tour. And so I went to 2 other shows after that, and that same guy, he would always make eye contact with me. It was really funny. It was really funny after the fact, because then I would like see him because he started to scare me because I was like, how do you even know my name? Like, why are you saying my name like you knew me? And so then I would look at him and he would already be looking at me. And so I'm like, okay, but that was on the other two shows. So it's like, I know you know me because you said my name. The New York show is like where it all happened. And that was the first time I was seeing ONEUS on that tour. And I know he didn't work on their last tour because ONEUS has always gone through like different tour companies on every tour. So they had a whole different set of like staff on the last tour, which was a year before. So I don't know. But then it also is like, even if he did know my name, why was he saying it like that? Like, even if he knew that that was me and that that was my name, why did he feel the need to just say it out loud in front of everyone? Like, how come he couldn't have been like, hey, like, and came and stopped me or something? But he, like, said my name. I don't know. You know, like, something about it is just really weird to me. Or they all know you personally and you don't even know. But then that poses the question. The only question that I usually ever have about things that happen is just why. But why though? Like, delusionally, if I wanted to be entirely and completely delusional, it would be somebody told him my name. Somebody told him, was like, hey, this is this girl, this is her name, and all this stuff, correlated me together, whatever. Right? But I mean, like, how do you logically explain that? Like, I don't know. How did that guy know me? How did that guy know me? Be honest. This is way better than political conspiracy theory that Taylor was concerned. It's kind of embarrassing to think about sometimes because there are a lot of celebrities, like famous people and K-pop idols who have mentioned that they do look up like their fans like videos and stuff, like their reactions or like their concert vlogs and all this stuff. They will go and look them up. Now, I'm good at being delusional, okay? It's one of my strong suits. So delusionally, for some reason, I like to think that ONEUS has never seen my videos ever. At all. Okay? And I think that kind of gives me like a peace of mind is to think that they've never seen any of the content I've posted ever, which I know is probably not true. I'm so sure they've probably seen some. But I like to think that they haven't. Because I think if I knew that they were watching my stuff, it would make me a little bit more hesitant to like even post at all. Like, it would make me really hesitant. Like, because then I would be like worried. I'd be really worried. I'd be like, oh my god, because it's like they watch my stuff. I have to be careful of what like I talk about, and like I think it would just make me start trying to act a different way. So I like to pretend that they've never seen my videos ever in their entire life. I don't know, but like I know that that's probably not the case. Like, I'm sure if there are big K-pop groups that do that with their fans and they've seen their fans' videos, I'm like so sure that like ONEUS like has probably seen some of their fans' videos too. And me, as somebody who makes only ONEUS content and as one of the only people in the fandom who makes only ONEUS content, I'm sure they've seen. I'm sure they have. But like I like to pretend that they haven't. Okay? It makes me feel better at the end of the day. Hi, hello. Soho watching right now laughing. He's like, we're caught. Cover is blown. I'm so sorry. I don't know. It's kind of a dilemma though. Because I think I would like to know if they do watch my things. It would be kind of fun to know. But at the same time, I also really believe in the motto of ignorance is bliss. So maybe I just would like, I don't know. I would like to know, but I also wouldn't at the same time. So, not sure. Okay, I said I was going to end stream like 10 minutes ago. I'll do 5 more. Because I like ending at even times. What the heck is going on? 5 more minutes for sure. And then I will end for the night. Okay. Everyone be sure to watch my Chicago vlog. 5 minutes. Yes. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes and that's it. What's your favorite pizza topping? You know what? I'm bland. I like just a good old-fashioned pepperoni. That's it. I don't know. I've tried other ones and they're like okay, but I think I just like a really simple pepperoni pizza. So I do really like stuffed crust pizza though. I'm a big fan. I am a huge fan. Oh, I should add to this. Oh my god. Want Us tour set lists. Look, I have one ready for... Ah! Oh my god. Wait, I can remember. What is it? 2025. It's called Our Us. Our, comma, us. Tour set list. I can remember. They started with X, and then they went into Now. Original version. Yeah, original by... And then they went into Black Mirror. Pepperoni's a superior topping. You can't go wrong with it. True. Have you had the new Domino's stuffed crust? I have. For real, though. I saw the commercial where they did the thing where they asked people. They were like, can you compare Domino's stuffed crust pizza to the old stuffed crust pizza? And everyone was like, it's exactly how I remember. Like, it's so good. Like, I totally remember eating the stuffed crust pizza. And they were like, well, you guys are all liars because we've never had stuffed crust pizza. And even I was baffled because I was like, wait, you're right. They've never had stuffed crust pizza. So I had to order it. Anyway, after I saw that commercial, I asked everyone that I knew because it was a new commercial. Like, it was pretty new. So I asked everyone that I knew the same question. I was like, so do you guys remember, or it's like, have you guys ever had Domino's stuffed crust pizza? And they were all like, yeah. They were like, it's actually so good. I love Domino's stuffed crust pizza. And I was like, oh, really? You love Domino's stuffed crust pizza? And they were all like, yeah, of course. And I was like, that's crazy because they've never had stuffed crust pizza. And I remember I was just like blowing everyone's minds because they were like, you're right. They've never had stuffed crust pizza. And I was like, don't worry. I was in the same boat because I was like, I thought they had it this whole time too, and they didn't. Our Us or Our Us? Yeah, Our Us. Both. It means both, but it's spelled with H. Catching them Chris Hansen style? Yeah, for real. I really was. I was setting them up in the same way. What? Okay, wait, I'm filling out the set list. Then they went into... They did Black Mirror. They did 5 songs, I thought. And I thought it was crazy. Because they ended with Kick It. I'll put Kick It for now. Kick It. And then they did a Ment. What did they do after that? They did a bunch of group songs. Oh, Time Machine. They did Time Machine. And then they did Bad. And then they did We Are Young. And then I think they went into a VCR. And then I think they... And then they did the solos. It was Xian's, and then it was Lido, and then it was Hwanwoong, and then it was Kunhee. It's fresh in my brain, so I have to do it right now. and then they went into a mint, and then I have to come back to this. My brain is like shutting out. It's shutting off. I don't know. I haven't watched yet. What do you mean? The vlog? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. Before I start yapping for a little too much, a little too long, too much long, whatever. Anyways, I'm going to end the stream here because I said I would in 5 minutes and it's been 5 minutes. I'm going to end the stream here for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. Like I said, I will not be live tomorrow because I am busy. I may be live Saturday. I don't know yet. Don't know if I'm gonna be busy Saturday or not. But if I don't stream Saturday, I will be free Sunday. So I will probably stream then. So I'll either see you Sunday or Saturday or Sunday. For sure. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. We finally got to the end of the week. So I hope you have a good day tomorrow, a good Friday. Or if it's Friday for you right now, I hope you're having a good Friday. And yeah, or you're having a good day right now, or you had a good day today. And I will see you all in the next stream. Be sure to watch the Chicago vlog. And remember, I'm uploading the Nashville vlog tomorrow. So be sure to watch that as well. Okay, homework assignments. Watch the vlogs and pick your favorite moment and then come back and tell me in the stream. Homework assignment. All right. Anyways, I will see you all next time. Have a good night, everyone. Have good sleeps and have good dreams. I'll see you.